Tick-tock. The clock counts down to ruin. I'm Jenna, a wife, a mother, a liar 5 weeks ago. I spun a web of deceit, sneaking away to Ryan's arms while Mark smiled at my excuses. The thrill was my drug, but now the high's fading, replaced by dread. Sophie's voice on the phone, panicked about tuition, is the first crack. Mark's cold stare, the second. Secrets twist like shadows in my mind, suspense tightening its grip. Can I outrun the collapse, or am I already too late? Hey, Reddit. I'm spilling my guts here because I've got nowhere else to turn. My life's a train wreck, and I'm the one who derailed it. Grab some popcorn, this is a long one, and it's messy. I'm Jenna, 38, married to Mark, 42 for 18 years. We've got a daughter, Sophie, 19, who's away at college. 5 weeks ago, I told Mark one was heading out for a mother-daughter weekend with Sophie. But that was a lie, a flimsy little thread I wove to cover up the storm brewing inside me. Truth is, I wasn't just craving time with my kid, I was chasing something else, something forbidden, something that made my blood sing. Enter Ryan, 25, my lover. Yeah, I know how that sounds. Judge me all you want. I've already judged myself 1,000 times over. It started innocently enough, or at least that's what I told myself. I did visit Sophie at her dorm, her bright eyes and quick hugs grounding me for a fleeting moment, but then I slipped away, heart pounding, to meet Ryan. He's this whirlwind of charm, tall, tousled hair, a smirk that could melt steel. The thrill of sneaking around, of lying to Mark's trusting face without a flicker of suspicion, it was like gasoline on a fire I didn't even know I'd lit. That weekend, while Sophie buried herself in textbooks, I drowned in Ryan's stolen kisses in shadowy corners, whispered promises that felt like velvet, passion that clung to me like smoke. I came home buzzing, my skin still tingling with the memory of his hands, my mind replaying every second. Mark didn't notice a thing, just kissed my forehead and asked how Sophie was doing. I smiled, lied again, and felt the rush of it all over again. Since then, Ryan and I haven't stopped. We've been tethered by late-night calls every other day, his voice a lifeline in the quiet of my suburban prison. Our talks range from flirty banter to confessions that rip me open. Sometimes they turn into something hotter, breathless moments where we push each other to the brink, aching for the next time we can collide in person. Sophie, meanwhile, has been swallowed by college life, her calls shorter, her visits non-existent, leaving me free to spiral deeper into this secret world. But I couldn't stay away from Ryan, so we planned another escape, a long weekend, Thursday to Sunday, a delicious stretch of time to lose myself in him again. The countdown was electric. Every tick of the clock, a jolt of anticipation, his hands on me already a ghost against my skin. Then Monday hit like a sledgehammer. Sophie called, her voice tight with panic. "Mom, my tuition's due next week. If it's not paid, I'm out of school." My stomach plummeted. "What? Why isn't it handled?" She groaned, frustration bleeding through. "I don't know, I just got the notice. Can you talk to Dad?" I promised her I'd fix it, my mind already racing. But when Mark walked through the door that night, briefcase in hand, I pounced. "Why hasn't Sophie's tuition been paid?" He froze, turned to me, his hazel eyes narrowing for a split second before he answered, calm as ice. "Because I'm not funding a daughter who's stabbing me in the back." I blinked, stunned. "What the hell does that mean?" He sighed, shaking his head like I was some clueless child. "I've learned some things, Jenna. Things that make it clear Sophie doesn't respect me. Maybe she even hates me." My anger flared. "That's ridiculous. She loves you. Where's this coming from?" He didn't answer, just shrugged. "If you want to pay it, use your own money." I wanted to scream, to shake him until he explained. But Mark's got this way of shutting down, a wall slamming into place, and I knew I'd get nowhere. So I stormed off to bed, fury simmering. My thoughts a tangled mess. Sophie, Ryan, Mark. The money, all of it spinning out of control. The next day, I called Sophie, my voice trembling as I relayed Mark's words. He says he won't pay because you don't respect him. She gasped. Mom, that's not true. I don't know why he'd think that. I love him. Her sadness cut me deep. A jagged shard of guilt lodging in my chest. I know, baby. I believe you. Don't worry. I'll handle the money, but talk to him, okay? She hesitated. I'll try, but I don't know if he'll listen. I didn't either. Determination hardened in me. I'd fix this. I had to, but when I logged into our joint account to transfer the funds, my breath caught. The balance was a ghost of what it should have been. Thousands gone, vanished into thin air. Panic clawed at me, then rage, sharp and blazing. I waited for Mark, barely containing it, and when he walked in, I exploded. Where's our money? How am I supposed to pay Sophie's tuition? He set his keys down, exhaled like I was a burden. I withdrew my money. What's left is for the house and your car. I stared, disbelief crashing over me. Your money? That was ours. He shrugged again. Not anymore. Get a job if you need more. My jaw clenched. This is about Sophie, isn't it? You're punishing her for nothing. He tilted his head, his voice dropping to a chilling edge. As for her school, maybe one of your lovers can cover it. Though I doubt your college boys have the cash charge them for your time. Or maybe your regular guy will step up. My legs buckled. I sank into a chair, heart hammering. What do you mean? I don't have lovers. The lie tasted weak, pathetic, even to me. Mark laughed, a bitter, jagged sound. Oh, come on, I know about your steady guy. I know about Ryan from college. I know about all the frat boys you fucked, with Sophie's blessing no less. And I know you too shared her boyfriend. The room spun. My face drained of color. Tears stung my eyes. My marriage was crumbling, and I was powerless. I'm sorry. I choked, sobs shaking me. It was just sex. He scoffed. Just sex? When's the last time we had sex, Jenna? When did we make love? I opened my mouth, but no words came. I couldn't answer. Not honestly. He didn't wait. I'll tell you. A week after your first visit to Sophie, and it was pitiful. You just lay there, eyes shut. While I tried, you came plenty. But on your third orgasm, you screamed Ryan's name. I gasped, shame igniting in my gut. That's when I knew something was wrong, he said, his voice cracking before it hardened. Making love? That's a memory I can't even grasp anymore. The weight of my neglect crashed down. I'd been so lost in my own hunger, I'd let us wither. His pain was etched into every line of his face, and I'd put it there. I'm a terrible wife, I whispered, the truth searing me. He nodded. Not that I'd touch you now. Who knows what you've picked up from your affairs? I flinched. He turned to Sophie's role, venom in his tone. And our daughter? She egged you on. Hasn't spoken to me since she left for school. Ignored my texts. That's why I won't pay her tuition. She can fuck her way through college, like her mom. Maybe you two can team up to cover it. I sat there, sobbing, drowning in shame. He shook his head. I've moved into the guest room. You didn't even notice. I'm done pretending. He walked away, leaving me hollow. I don't know how long I sat there, the silence crushing me, until I grabbed my phone and dialed Sophie. Late as it was, I needed her. Lana. I choked the second she answered. Your father knows. A pause, then her voice, sharp with fear. Mom, what do you mean? He knows about Ryan, I whispered, trembling. He knows about everything, even your part in it. That's why he won't pay your tuition. Oh, Mom, she breathed, panic rising. How does he know? What about Ryan? What happens now? Who's paying for school? I swallowed, tears streaming. We've hurt him, Sophie, so bad. I don't know if my marriage can survive. He said awful things, and I can't blame him. The money's gone. He hid it. I can't talk to him now. I've got to stay quiet. Maybe I can save this, but I wouldn't bet on it." She went silent. Then, should I call him? I shook my head, forgetting she couldn't see. Not now. He says you've ignored him since you left. Please, just stay calm and tell Ryan not to call me. I can't see him or anyone anymore. Your boyfriend's out too. Silence stretched. My life's falling apart, I whispered. I had it all, a husband who loved me, provided everything. I never had to work after you were born. We were comfortable. I threw it away, all of it. And that's where it started. Reddit, my confession, my unraveling. Stick around, because this mess only gets deeper. Hey, Reddit fam. It's Jenna again, back with more of my self-inflicted chaos. If you thought part 1 was a dumpster fire, buckle up, this one's where the flames really start licking at my heels. I'm 38, married to Mark, 42, and mom to Sophie, 19, who's off at college, probably wishing she'd picked a less unhinged family. Last time, I left you with my marriage teetering on a cliff, my secret lover Ryan, 25, exposed, and Mark dropping bombs that left me reeling. Let's dive back in, 'cause this story's got legs, and they're running straight into hell. After that gut punch of a night, where Mark laid bare every sin I'd buried, I was a wreck. Couldn't sleep, couldn't think, just sat there in the dark, replaying his words. Maybe your lovers can pay for her tuition, like a broken record. My chest felt tight, like a fist was squeezing my heart, and all I could see was his face, those hazel eyes I used to drown in, now cold as stone, cutting me deeper than I deserved. I'd convinced myself my fling with Ryan was harmless, a little spark to warm the chill in my life. But Mark knew, he knew, and worse, he knew Sophie had cheered me on. The shame was a living thing, crawling under my skin, and I couldn't shake it. Tuesday morning, I dragged myself out of bed, eyes puffy from crying, and called Sophie. Baby, we're in deep. Your dad's not budging on the tuition, says you've been ghosting him. Her voice cracked. Mom, I didn't mean to. I've been so swamped with school. I love him, I swear. I could hear her fighting tears, and it twisted the knife in my gut. I know, Soph. I'll figure something out. Just reach out to him, please. She sighed. I'll try, but he's so mad. What if he won't hear me? I didn't have an answer, just a hollow, we'll see. Before hanging up, my hands shaking. I had to fix this, had to find the money, but when I checked our account again, it was still a skeleton. Mark had yanked everything, left me scraps for the house and my car, a cruel little lifeline to keep me tethered. Panic turned to fury. I paced the kitchen, waiting for him to get home, my mind a tornado of questions. Where'd the money go? How long had he known? When he walked in, I didn't hold back. Mark, what'd you do with it? How am I supposed to help Sophie? He dropped his gym bag. Yeah, a gym bag. More on that later, and looked at me, calm as a lake before a storm. I told you. I took my share. What's left is yours to play with. Figure it out. His voice was steady, but his eyes, they burned, a quiet rage I'd never seen. You're punishing her to get at me. I shot back, voice rising. She's innocent in this. He stepped closer, towering over me. Innocent? She handed you her boyfriend like a party favor, encouraged you to fuck Ryan and God knows who else. She's no angel, Jenna. I stumbled back, legs weak. That's not fair. She's just a kid. He laughed, low and bitter. A kid who watched her mom torch our family, and clapped. I'm done funding that. She can work. You both can. Then he hit me with it, voice dropping to a hiss. And don't pretend you're some martyr. I know about Nathan too, your little hometown side piece. How long's that been going on? My breath hitched. Nathan, 40, rugged. My dirty little secret for years, how'd he know? I stammered. but he cut me off. Save it, I don't care. Just know I'm not blind. Never was. He grabbed his bag and headed for the guest room, leaving me there, heart pounding, the walls closing in. Nathan. Shit. I hadn't even told Sophie about him. He was my anchor when Mark started working late, climbing the ladder at his firm, coming home exhausted. I'd justified it high libido, lonely nights, a husband too tired to notice me. Nathan was there, all rough hands and easy smiles, no strings, just release. Then Sophie went to college, and I met Ryan on that first visit. Young, wild, a frat boy with a grin that promised trouble. I fell hard, spent a night tangled in his sheets. And Sophie, she laughed, said, "Go for it, Mom. You deserve fun." Fun. What a word for it. 4 weeks of phone sex with Ryan followed, his voice in my ear, pulling me under, while Nathan stayed my steady fix back home. 2 worlds I juggled, blind to the wreckage piling up. Wednesday, I couldn't take it, called Sophie again. He knows about Nathan too. Soph, it's all out. I don't know how, but he does. She went quiet then. Mom, how many? Like, how deep does this go? I swallowed. Just them, Nathan for years, Ryan since you left, and that second weekend with Ryan's frat buddies. Her gasp was audible. What? You didn't tell me that part. Guilt flooded me. I didn't want you to know. It was reckless. I was caught up. You were fine with Ryan, I thought. She cut in. I didn't think you'd bang half the house. Mom, Jesus, no wonder Dad's pissed. Her voice broke. I'm coming home this weekend. We've got to talk to him. Maybe I can fix this with him at least. I wasn't sure there was anything left to fix for me. My marriage felt like ash in my hands, but for her? Maybe. Okay, Soph, come home, we'll try. Ryan called that night, his voice all honey. Miss you, babe. When are we sneaking off again? I hung up without a word, heart racing. Nathan texted too. You free tomorrow? I shot back. Not now. I'll call later. And couldn't. They were ghosts. I had to banish. But Mark? He wasn't home. Hadn't been most nights that week. I'd assumed the worst another woman. Revenge. But then I saw it in the laundry. Sweaty gym clothes. Not perfume. Not lipstick. He was working out, sculpting himself into someone I didn't recognize. And I'd been too wrapped up in my lies to see it. Friday. Sophie rolled in, her duffel hitting the floor as she hugged me. Mom, we've got to do this right. I can't lose him. We sat in the living room, spilling our guts. I told her about Nathan, the secret I'd kept even from her. Her eyes widened, but she didn't judge, just listened, worry creasing her brow. You've got to tell Dad everything. Mom, all of it. I nodded, throat tight. I will. Tomorrow, we'll face him together. That night, Mark came home late. Sophie bolted to him, arms around his neck. I'm sorry, Dad. So sorry. Tears streaming. He stood stiff, then patted her back. We'll talk tomorrow, he said, voice flat, and disappeared to the guest room, leaving us in the dark. Saturday morning, we sat at the dining table, Mark across from us, his silence heavy. Finally, he spoke. Who's starting? What have you got to say about this shit show? Sophie took the lead. We'd planned it, her voice steady but raw. Dad, I'm sorry. We hurt you, me and Mom, bad, but I love you. Always have. Our actions don't show it, but it's true. He grunted, skeptical, but let her go on. Mom's my best friend. You know that. She's told me everything, even about your marriage, your sex life. His head snapped up, eyes blazing at me. I shrank, shame clawing my throat. I'd vented to Sophie over the years. Mark's long hours, our fading spark painting him as the villain. Unfair and skewed. She pressed on. Mom said your sex life tanked. You'd come home beat. She didn't want to bug you. Started handling herself. toys and stuff. Mark snorted, but stayed quiet. What I didn't know, Sophie said, glancing at me, was Nathan. She told me last week. Thought it'd help her with you, but it didn't. She always said. She felt empty, unsatisfied. That's why I was cool with Ryan. Thought it'd fill her up, not hurt anyone. Her voice dropped. I pushed her to see him again. That second weekend. Knew she slept with more than him. Didn't know about the threesome until later. Just thought she was letting loose. Even let her hook up with my boyfriend. James. Felt normal for us. The air thickened. Mark didn't flinch. Just absorbed it. I broke first. A sob tearing free. Mark. 1. He turned to me. Cold. You got anything to add? Any defense? I shook my head. Words failing. What could I say? That I didn't mean it? That I thought I was chasing happiness? It all sounded hollow. He leaned back. So my wife fucked around because I worked my ass off for us. Didn't want to talk. Just spread her legs instead. Explored her sexuality with Ryan, then a dozen frat boys, with my daughter's thumbs up. Even banged her boyfriend to bond right. Each word was a hammer. I crumpled. Tears falling. Unforgivable. That's what I was. He turned to Sophie. Let's clear this up. Your mom had a good job before you. Pregnancy was planned. We got this big house for a family. She swore she'd work again after you hit school. Never did. I carried it all. I sobbed harder. Memories flashing us young, dreaming, me promising. Then choosing comfort over effort, he kept going. You had too much time. Jenna, salon trips, designer bags, new cars every few years. And guess what? You spent my money on Nathan Christmas. I got a shitty gift card. He got a custom watch. Sophie's eyes snapped to me. Shock and betrayal. My stomach dropped. He knew that too. I tried talking money with you. He said, you'd cut back, then splurge again. I gave up. Worked more. 70% of my cash went to you two. 30% kept us afloat. And that lingerie? Bought it for me, wore it for them. I gasped. He was right. I'd never worn it for him. Not once. I worked long hours, he said. Didn't always have energy for us. But you didn't try either. Saved your wild side for them, not me. The room spun. He stood. Think about your futures. I'll decide tomorrow. And left, gym bag in hand. Sophie and I sat, stunned. I'd lost my way, my morals, my family, and the fire I'd started. It was burning everything down. What's good, Reddit crew? It's Jenna, 38, back with the third chunk of my imploded life story. If you've been riding this roller coaster with me, you know I've torched my marriage to Mark, 42, and dragged my daughter Sophie, 19, into the ashes. My lover Ryan, 25, and my longtime fling Nathan, 40, turned my world into a soap opera gone wrong. Part 2 left us at the dining table, Mark dropping truth bombs that hit like thunder. And now it's time for the reckoning. Grab a drink, this one's heavy, and I'm laying it all bare. After Mark walked out with his gym bag, leaving me and Sophie staring at each other like deer in headlights, the house went quiet, too quiet. Like the calm before a storm you know's gonna rip everything apart. I felt hollowed out, my chest aching from crying, my mind stuck on his words. You saved your wild side for them, not me. He was right, and it gutted me. I'd turned into someone I didn't recognize, a selfish shadow chasing thrills while the man I swore to love carried us on his back. Sophie reached for my hand, her fingers cold. Mom, what are we gonna do? I shook my head, voice barely a whisper. I don't know, Soph. I messed up. Bad. We both did. We talked all day, picking through the wreckage. I spilled everything, how I'd painted Mark as the bad guy to her over the years. How I'd justified Nathan cause he was there when Mark wasn't. How Ryan and that wild second weekend at her college were a drug. I couldn't quit. Sophie listened, her face tight with worry. I didn't see it, Mom. I thought you were just living. I didn't think it'd hurt Dad like this. Her voice cracked. I made it worse, pushing you with Ryan, James, all of it. I'm so sorry. I hugged her, tears soaking her shirt. No, baby. This is on me. I let us here. I've got to fix it, or at least try. That night, I couldn't sleep. Just stared at the ceiling, replaying every choice, every lie. I'd had it all: Mark's love, a comfy life, a daughter who looked up to me, and I'd thrown it away for what? A rush? A fantasy? By morning, my nerves were raw, but I knew I had to face him, had to say something before he decided my fate. Sunday dawned gray, heavy clouds pressing down like my guilt. We gathered at the table again. Mark walked in, his face hard, unreadable. Sophie's eyes flicked to me, urging me on. I took a shaky breath. Please, let me talk first, before I lose my nerve. They both stared, surprised, but didn't stop me. I clutched my hands, trembling. Mark, my love, I'm so sorry. I can't even tell you how much. I don't know when I lost myself. But I swear I've always loved you. This wasn't your fault. Not your long hours. Not anything you did. It's all me. My selfishness. My weakness. His jaw tightened, but he stayed silent. I pushed on. I don't know why I did it, but I'm gonna find out. Get help. A shrink. Whatever it takes. And Sophie, she's not the villain here. She's caught in my mess. I fed her lies. Twisted things. She's a victim too. I glanced at Sophie, her eyes wide, glistening. Even if you're done with me, please, don't cut her out. She needs you, her dad, to pull her back from this. More than she needs me right now. My voice broke, tears spilling. I've got no right to ask anything, but if there's a chance, any chance, I'll fight for it. Do whatever you need. I know you won't forget, but maybe someday you'll forgive me. And if you move on, find someone else. Just forgive me, so you can be happy. I choked on that last part. Didn't mean to say it, but it slipped out, raw and real. I bolted upstairs, collapsing on the bed, sobbing till my ribs hurt. The thought of him with someone else ripped me open, but I wanted his happiness, even if it wasn't with me. 15 minutes later, I dragged myself back down, wiping my face. Mark and Sophie were still there, lost in thought. I sat, whispering, I'm sorry. He straightened. I appreciate you owning up. Didn't expect it to hit that hard. I won't drag this out. I've seen a divorce lawyer. My heart sank, hands gripping the chair. I'd known it was coming, but hearing it, like a punch to the soul. He kept going. Thing is, state laws suck for me. Lawyer says it's cheaper to keep you around. A flicker of hope sparked, fragile as a candle in the wind. Maybe I could salvage this. But his next words snuffed it. Big changes. Though, your credit cards? Cancelled. You get debit cards, small weekly stash for groceries, personal stuff. That's it. Sophie's college? Not my problem. She can work. You call her a victim. I call bullshit sharing her boyfriend with you. She's trash in my book. I won't disown her legally. Costs too much. But she's dead to me. I swallowed. The money part stung. But I could handle it. I'd lived soft too long. Then he leaned in, eyes dark. You're cheating, though? That's the kicker. You gutted me, Jenna. You say you respect me, but I feel like dirt. Don't expect me touching you anytime soon. The idea makes me sick. My breath caught. His rejection sliced deep. I'd always banked on my looks, my charm. But now, I was invisible to him, tainted. Get tested too, he added. You fucked around unprotected. I won't risk shit, even if I'm not touching you. Don't want the health department up my ass. My face burned. I hadn't even thought about that. The recklessness of it all crashing down. One more thing, he said, voice sharp. I'm not swearing off sex. You had your fun. Now I get a hall pass. Not flaunting it. not with our crowd. But if I find someone, it's happening. You don't get a say. And you stay faithful, or we're done for good. Oh, and Nathan? He's got 2 other married chicks. Loves wrecking homes. One crashed 2 years back 'cause of him. I froze. Nathan's casual grin flashing in my mind. A player, not a lover, and I'd been a pawn. That's the deal. Mark finished. Take it or leave it. File yourself if you can't. He stood and left, the silence swallowing us whole. Sophie broke it. Voice small. Mom, he's serious. Isn't he? I nodded. Numb. Yeah, Soph. He is. I've got to live with it. Or walk away. I love him. I don't want to lose him. But this? It's brutal. She hugged me. I'll figure out school. Don't worry. I'm sorry. For all of it. We sat there, clinging to each other, the future a black hole. Sunday faded in quiet. Sophie headed back to college that night, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Monday rolled in, and she called. Buzzing. Mom. Crazy shit. Ryan's frat threw a party. Some drunk girl got assaulted. Reported it. Then someone tipped off the cops about drugs. They raided. Found a stash in Ryan's room. He's screwed. I glanced at Mark, caught a smirk. You know about this? He shrugged. I'd never set up an assault. That's just bonus. But the drugs? Let's say I've got friends. That frat's toast. My jaw dropped. He'd played dirty, and I couldn't even be mad. Thursday, another call. Cops found sex tapes on Nathan's work computer. Him with married women. Not me, thank God. But I got questioned. Mark stood by me, stone-faced. I was cleared quick. Weeks later, Nathan called from lockup. Your husband plant this? My vids with you are gone. Got a note. Don't fuck with married women. I didn't ask. Didn't need to. Mark's cybersecurity buddy had struck, and I prayed he hadn't seen those tapes. I got tested. Clean bill of health, but found a hormonal thing from after Sophie. Started meds. Shrink. Said mild shopping addiction too, tied to my high libido and lonely nights. No excuses. Just truth. I got a job at a startup. Boss is a woman. Knows my dirt. We clicked. Pays low, but it's mine. Mark lets me keep it. He and Sophie. Radio silence. I tried bridging it. He walks out every time, so I stopped. He's distant with me. Flinches. If we brush, it stings. Word is he's a stud. Now Jim's paying off. Sophie's friends flirted with him last summer. I'm jealous, yeah. But he's got his pass. I don't ask. A year in, I tried apologies, space, little gestures hoping he'd thaw. He didn't. Polite, cold, locked away. I filed for divorce, handed him the papers. I just want you happy, I said. Took nothing. Now I'm in a tiny flat. See Sophie sometimes. It's strained. Spot Mark at the store. Watch him from afar. He doesn't see me. I don't know why I linger. Maybe 'cause for a second, I'm still his. Life's a mess. My mess. What y'all think? Hey, Reddit fam. It's Jenna again. 38 dragging you deeper into the wreckage of my life. If you've stuck with me through parts 1, 2, and 3, you know I've burned my marriage to Mark, 42 to the ground, tangled my daughter Sophie, 19 in the mess, and watched my lovers Ryan, 25, and Nathan, 40 crash and burn too. Part 3 ended with me filing for divorce, moving into a tiny flat, and clinging to scraps of a life I'd shattered. This part's about living in the ashes, chasing shadows, and figuring out if there's anything left to salvage. Let's roll. This one's raw, and I'm not holding back. Nights are the worst. I lie there, staring at the cracked ceiling, memories clawing at me. Mark's laugh, warm and deep, Sophie's tiny hand in mine, the life we built. I traded it for Nathan's rough grip, Ryan's reckless heat, a dozen frat boys I can't even name. Why? Shrink says, hormones. shopping addiction, high libido meeting neglect. I nod, take the meds, but it's no excuse. I chose this, chose me over them, and now I'm alone. No lovers, no family, just echoes. I tried reaching Nathan once, months back. Curiosity, guilt. He picked up from some jail phone. Your husband fucked me over, Jenna. You too? I hung up, didn't answer, didn't need to. Mark's wrath had teeth, and I'd fed it. One night, Carla dragged me to a bar. You're moping. Stop it, she said, shoved a beer in my hand. I drank, laughed a little. First time in months. Some guy mid-30s, scruffy, kind eyes chatted me up. I flirted back, felt alive for a heartbeat. But when he leaned in, I froze. I can't, I mumbled, bolted. Carla found me outside. What's wrong with you? I cried. I don't want anyone else. I want him. Still, she hugged me. Then fight, dummy, or let go. I don't know if I can do either. Love's a bruise that won't fade. And Mark's moved on. I see it in his stride, hear it in Sophie's silences. Last month, I bumped into him, not planned, just fate kicking me in the teeth. I was at the store. He turned the corner. Our carts clashed. Jenna, he said, voice flat. Mark, one breathed, heart racing. He looked good, too good. Tan, muscled, a man reborn. How you holding up? He asked, polite, distant. Okay, I lied, you. He nodded. Better a pause. Then, Sophie's working hard, she tell you? I swallowed. Yeah, she's tough. He smirked. Like her mom, minus the bullshit. Ouch, but fair. Take care, he said, walked off. I stood there, shaking, his scent lingering, a cruel reminder. To hope? Or should I bury it and move on? Hey Reddit warriors, it's Jenna, 38, closing out this wild ride. I've dragged you through. If you've hung on since part 1, you've seen me torch my marriage to Mark, 42 tangle my daughter Sophie, 19 in the fallout, and watch my lovers Ryan, 25, and Nathan, 40, get swept away by the storm I brewed. Part 4 left me in my tiny flat, wrestling with shadows, spotting Mark in the wild, and wondering if there's any light left for me. This is the endgame, fam, where I figure out what's left in the ashes and if I can claw my way back to something real. Here we go. Last chapter. All heart. Mark's a different beast. I see him less. But hear more. Sophie slips sometimes. Dad's dating. I think, she said. Last week. Casual. Like it's no big deal, my gut twisted. But I smiled. Good for him, 'cause what else can I say? He's earned it. That hall pass I handed him. He's lean, sharp, a new man. Word is he's cut work hours, hitting the gym, living for himself. Sophie's friends still buzz about him. Your dad's hot, Soph, she told me. They'd giggle. I laugh it off, but it stings. A quiet ache. I don't ask if he's slept around. Don't want to know, just hope he's happy. That's the least I owe him. Me. Last Tuesday, shit got real. I was at the store, same old routine, watching Mark from afar. But this time, he turned, saw me, froze. Jenna, he said, voice steady. Hey, I managed. Heart pounding. He stepped closer. You look okay, I laughed, nervous. Trying to be, you look great. He shrugged. Been working on me? A beat then. Sophie's doing all right? I nodded. She's tough, working hard, he smirked. Good. She's gotta learn. I braced myself. Mark, 1. I'm sorry. Still, every day. He looked away, jaw tight. I know. Doesn't fix it. But I hear you. Silence hung. Heavy. Take care, Jenna, he said, walked off. I stood there, shaking, but lighter. He didn't hate me. Not fully. It's something. That night, I called Sophie. Saw your dad. He asked about you. Her voice lit up. Really? What did he say? Just checking in, he cares. Soph, deep down, she sighed. I'll keep trying. I smiled. Me too, baby. Hung up. Felt a shift. Small, but real. Next day, Carla caught me humming at work. You're chipper, she teased. Yeah, I said. Maybe I'm not dead yet, she laughed. Told you, tougher than you think. I grinned, kept working, felt the grind, but also the spark. I'm not fixed, not whole, but I'm moving, step by step. Reddit. Here's the deal, I'm still a mess. Love Mark like a fool. Miss Sophie like air. But I'm not drowning. Got a job, a friend, a daughter who's fighting too. Mark's out there, living, maybe with someone, maybe not. I don't chase him, just watch. Hope he's good. Sophie might mend things with him. I'll cheer her on, me. I'm building slow, messy, real. Shrink says healing's a marathon. I'm running it, tripping sometimes, but running. Y'all think there's a finish line? Or am I crazy to keep going? Drop your thoughts. I'm all ears. Thanks for riding this out with me. It's been a hell of a journey.